Hello Sagittarius, hello Leo, Elsie here to do a reading for the week ahead. How are you? Happy Friday. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you already. Thank you so much for your attention on my last video, and thank you for your thumbs up and your comments. It really does make a difference when we connect with each other. And I don't need to know anything personal about you, but if you just want to let me see an emoticon or something so I can see your name and I know you're there, or a thumbs up, just exchange some energy with me if you can. So I am here to read for you Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for your sign. I am a fire sign as well, as you probably know. I do have Sagittarius in my rising. So I get you totally. So we are going to go forward and do, who are we going to read for first? We're going to read for Sagittarius first. Let's try that. And Leo, I will be with you in just a second. All right, Sagittarius, we're going to do this a little bit different this time. We're going to do the Lenormand, and we're going to talk about what is for you. And then we're going to go to the Kipper and find out what is not for you. And that is for the week ahead, right? Saggies. For Sagittarius and cross watchers, I know you're there. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead, please. What is for Sagittarius? All right. Got the star. What is for Sagittarius, please? Card number 22. So making a decision in the future that is going to affect your money or going to affect home, where you live, how you live. Just listening. I feel like you're disconnected from somebody that you have like a lot of respect for. I also see this star as like nostalgic love. Nostalgic love. So a love that it feels like everybody can see it, or that you can see it, but we really haven't talked about it. But we do have the Six of Cups on the bottom right-hand corner. And that means that this is a deep connection. So this is someone that you've known for a while. You have nostalgia with this person. You already know who this is. And this person sees you as the star. They see you as, I feel, very, very bright, the one that shines the brightest of all of them. That's what it feels like. It feels like there's been maybe a break in communication, or we're not really talking. We haven't really said much to each other in a bit. The Seven of Wands is here, which tells me somebody's standing their ground and feels like this whole thing is going into decay. It feels like maybe it's a friend you haven't spoken with in a long time, or this deep connection that there's been a break in the action. I want to say that maybe it's been, for some of you, maybe a week. Seven of Clubs. For me, the wands are weeks. And so for some of you, it could be like 7 weeks or a couple of months. And for others of you, it could be 6 months. I think in the present moment, what's going on here is we're feeling a lot of loss, a lot of transformation, a lot of change. And it's a lot, is what I want to say. I think you're going through really a lot of change. And it feels like it's painfully slow, is what I want to say. Now, transformation, some people think it happens overnight. It doesn't. Sometimes it is years of things that accumulate that lead to the transformative moment, right? And I feel it feels like you've been going through what you perceive as a lot of loss. And so these are both cards of death, by the way. Yeah. So 13 is the tarot, and this is the card of death in this deck. It's about sadness or losing something. But and I feel like maybe it's feelings of loss about a new beginning, like, because I don't think that it doesn't feel like anybody passed away here is what I'm saying. It feels like this is energy as we're looking at this is a new beginning, and this is the sadness and loss, or feeling like it's dead. Yeah. So maybe somebody feels like they have lost their chance at a new beginning here with you because you haven't spoken with them in a while. The thing is I think they have deep love for you. I think that they really love you, and I think that they have deep respect for you as well, as the star would dictate. I feel like this person has big feelings for you. I think you know it, but I also think that you are hearing, I feel like it's almost like this person is like hearing, okay, I don't know which way it is. Either this is you or this is your person that you've clicked here for. But I feel like this person, somebody's nattering in their ear. It feels like there's like a group that they talk to or people that they know. And it feels like gossip, or, we're talking about things that are about this person, like their love life or something like that. It feels like this person is looking at feeling the loss of missing out on a new beginning with you. And maybe these are encouraging words. Maybe this group of friends is encouraging this person to come forward. We've got card number 12, which is a 3. So it could be people who are on your team that are telling you, look, if you are the masculine, you're looking at this thing like it's already dead. But I feel like there is still a chance here, because there is a new beginning, but I feel like your perception is that it's no longer viable. I feel like you need to make a decision going forward as to whether you're going to communicate with somebody or not, because this person is the one that I think you really have the deep romantic nostalgic feelings for. I think that's that person. All right, so that's what's for you. Let's see what is not for you. What is not for you, Sag, in the week ahead? What is not for you? What is not for Sag in the week ahead? I don't want to work either sometimes. I get it, Sag. What is not for you? Yeah, it feels like you really don't. Somebody here is thinking about selling their business. That's what it feels like, that it feels like we're dreaming of bigger things or having a new beginning or a new start. The mature woman and adjudication occupation, right? So it feels like the mature woman, whether feminine or masculine, by the way, is somebody who has some type of an occupation that is in adjudication. So somebody's trying to make a decision about it. It feels like it's probably about partnership, because it's card number 30, right? Breaks to a 3. So it feels like there is some type of decision being made. And it causes, like, I think the reason that it's in adjudication is because of the distant horizon. Somebody's got bigger dreams. They no longer want to be tied to the business. Somebody's got bigger dreams and they want to rise above all of it, and they just want to fly. So it feels like somebody here might be selling their business. I feel like for some of you, that you may have been selling the business because maybe it was either something you got tired of doing, or it was exhausting you. It was too much work for you to handle. Maybe you ended up falling into bad health. But it feels like with the child card that there is a new beginning here. So it feels like if you're someone who's not been feeling very good lately, bad health, I think, is about to end for you. I think there's a new beginning. That's what the child card is about. And I think that you're going to start feeling better, or feeling a little more positive. I think this has taken a lot out of you, is what I want to say, if that's what this is about. If it's about selling the business, that either you're exhausted from the business or it's taken a lot out of you and you just need the new start. So what is not for you? I feel like what is not for you is what is not for you is owning the business anymore. I feel like I feel like your dreams are changing. It's almost like you've changed directions now and you're on a different trajectory, I want to say. You're looking at the distant horizons, maybe planning more for the future. I think what's not for you anymore is spending your time in places where you don't want to be. Yeah. Maybe you want to travel. You might become quite wealthy from selling the business, and maybe you're just going to spend your time traveling because the business is going to sell for more than you thought it would. Yeah. All right. So I think you are going to travel. I think what's not for you anymore is feeling sick because you're just expelling too much energy. Yeah, on whatever that is for your business, whatever you do for your business. All right. What are we going to look at now? Okay, let's go there. Let's take a look at some tarot for you. Here we go. Sagittarius, tell us tarot. Sagittarius needs to know in the tarot, please. Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh, Venus and Jupiter. Who's that? Aquarius, the star. Someone sees you as all the beans in the basket. I think you exude this energy, the star, someone who is bright, someone who people take notice of your energy. You're probably highly intelligent. I also feel that you're quite spiritual and hopeful. So you're probably someone who has a good outlook on life. Someone who feels kind of blessed and connected to the universe, balanced. Could have air in your chart. This is Aquarius. The Knight of Wands. Temperance. Ace of Cups. Oh, you know what I want to say is that somebody is coming to disturb your peace. Yeah, the Knight of Wands is coming to disturb your peace. Someone who kind of pops in and out of your life, someone who doesn't really, maybe they move quickly and they don't offer a lot of stability, but they really see you as all of it. They see you as everything. They see you as the star. They see you as someone who's healing and connected to them, and that's what it feels like. But what I want to say is that Temperance is here as well. And it feels like this is healed you, right? Hopeful, good mood. This is, I finally found the right balance. I'm feeling very balanced and hopeful. And Sagittarius is kind of psychic energy, so you're probably right in your zone, right? It feels like you're in the zone right now, and you're manifesting love. I think it's coming for you, the Ace of Cups. But what I want to say is this Knight of Wands is staring at me here, and I feel like the Knight of Wands is about to rock the boat. Could be someone who is a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. It doesn't have to be, but we have Aquarius and Sagittarius energy here as well. Tell me more, please. Tell me more about Sagittarius. It's going to make you feel some type of way, my friend. Yeah. The Eight of Swords and the Empress. It puts the Empress into the overthink mode. I think you're already overthinking it, my Empress. This is Taurus and Libra. And, of course, it's the energy of being grounded and balanced. But, the Empress can be anyone. It doesn't matter what the sign is. If you qualify as the Empress, you have all of the energy of all the queens. You have all of those lessons. Of the lessons of the queens as well. And I feel like you are you're someone who is very connected to yourself. But I want to say that when the Knight of Wands shows up, it kind of gets you in your head. Yeah. And it rocks your peace. You're doing pretty good here until this character shows up here. And this is someone that I feel that I think that you feel very connected to them, spiritually connected to them, different connection than you have with other people. And this Knight of Wands, I don't think sees the connection, because the Knight of Wands is looking away from the star. I don't think that this Knight of Wands feels that this connection is as deep as you think it is what I want to say. That maybe they don't take it as seriously, that they sort of move in and out quickly. They're used to not giving anybody stability, and that puts you in your head. We've got the Three of Swords here. So what I want to say is that you are someone who is very hopeful, I think, and balanced. You are someone who works really hard on yourself, someone who is engaged in self-care, and that you know your worth. And that's why you're up in your head, because I feel like you really feel connected to this Knight of Wands, but this person's not giving you any stability, and it's going to end up in a broken heart for you. It feels like maybe this isn't the person. The Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse. We have the Six of Cups. There you go. So if this person is your soulmate, this is not the time. So this is not the time to be with them. And I think, if I'm being honest, I think the soulmate is probably the Knight of Wands. Yeah. It feels like this person has no, they have no want to level up. Right now, this person is in this energy of being impulsive, moving quickly, not really staying any one place for any length of time, not really giving much stability, but doing the things of the passions of the heart, and doesn't really care what anybody thinks, right? Yeah. But very brave, moves quickly. Tell me what is disappointing. The Nine of Wands is disappointing. So somebody here, it's like I feel like the Empress here is thinking about this person maybe disappointing or breaking their heart because they can't come out from behind the fear wall. It feels like the heartbreak is that this person is very wounded. They are a wounded warrior. There's someone who I feel is living in wands because they don't want to feel the cups. We don't have any cups here. No cups. Charlie just said, because that's not the shape of my heart. So that is a song by Sting called Shape of My Heart. And that's actually a lyric in the song, because that's not the shape of my heart. Yeah. I know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. I know that the clubs are weapons of war. I know that the diamonds are money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart. So this person has... It feels like this person has everything that they need except, love or a connection or a connection that's worth any type of depth. And it's because they hide behind the fear wall. And I think that's caused disappointment to the Empress already before. That's what it feels like. And so the Empress is trying to stay in a healed state, trying to stay balanced, trying to stay connected. So the Empress is likely single at this time or providing for self. This person is really in their power, right? This person knows their worth. They know who they are. They know that they're balanced. So I think that there is disappointment from the Knight of Wands that they can't get it together. But I think that as it shows here, I think that it's not gonna rock your boat. You're not gonna let it rock your boat. The Emperor is in reverse. So I do think the Empress and the Emperor here, but the Emperor is in reverse. This person, it feels like they are someone who acts really impulsively, and that also is the energy of the Emperor in reverse, right? Someone who is kind of pushy and demanding, someone who is going to make, they expect that you're going to have to deal with the instability, and if you want them, you're just going to have to deal with how they are. Yeah, that's who the Emperor in reverse is. But this person wants to have a new start. This person wants to resurrect something with you here, because it feels like there's been a break in communication here. Yeah, I think you've been waiting for them to communicate with you for a while. So they do, and they show up and they're flirty. I think it's taken them a lot of courage to connect with you. They show up as very flirty, but I think that really they're kind of terrified about what you're going to say to them. That's what it feels like. They've been really working on how to approach you because they don't want you to use the Five of Swords on them. They really have a lot of feelings for you, is what I want to say. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is something that you've been waiting on. Since this person disconnected from you, the Eight of Cups. We have the Six of Pentacles. You were ready to give them all sorts of reciprocity, but they're kind of, it feels like they are, or you are someone who wants commitment, but they are someone who wants to date. I don't think that everybody's on the same page here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. This person loves who you are because you know your worth and you're strong and you're doing your own thing, and they like that about you. But it feels like this person is like, well, now you're perfect, but take it or leave it. I'm not saying you're perfect, but this person is showing up not having done all their work because they're Emperor in reverse and expecting they're going to get an Empress in the upright. So they're expecting a new beginning because they think that they're an Emperor, and the Emperor has an expectation that they're just going to get what they want. Page of Pentacles, there's no brand new start here. No, it's going to have to take a while here. I think it's going to have to take a little while. Yeah. All right, I think I'm going to leave it here. And thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you so much. I'm out for now. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, Leo. Thanks for tuning in here. I appreciate you. Just wanted to say that if you're interested in a private read, I do have space over at Wizio, so you can just look into the description and you will see that there is a yellow dot. When you follow the yellow dot over to Wizio, then you will be able to see my pricing there. All right, so here we go. Oh yes, we're doing this. We are doing the what is for you and what is not for you, and that's what we're doing here. So we're going to look at what is for you for the week ahead here, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And then we'll look at what is not for you. Then we'll jump into some tarot and give you some more energy there. What is for Leo in the week ahead, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I see you, cross watchers. You're welcome always. Always, always. All right. All right, here we go. Leo, what's for you in the week ahead? Taking a risk. On something you thought was dead until you looked at it again or got some clarity. It's like you got to look from a different direction or a different point of view, had a change of mind, and so you decided that it's time to build the bridge. You're going to take a risk and you're going to reach out to somebody that you haven't spoken with in a while. Just listening. All right. Taking the lead in the future. All right, so it looks like, yeah, it looks like there was an ending, is what I want to say. Just listening. I think that you've been staying home a lot, is what I want to say. Okay, what I want to say is, I'm trying to collect my thoughts here. What I want to say is, I feel like what is for you is taking the risk and building the bridge, is what I think is for you. I think that you've been thinking about that, reaching out to someone, building a bridge and taking a risk to speak with someone again. And I want to say that's after an ending. But I think that after the ending, that I think that the reason was because of the home, is what I'm saying here. But maybe you had to focus more on whatever it was that was going on in the present moment. We have the Six of Wands, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that, because we have the Six of Wands, but we have card number 36, which is a 9. This is like death in this deck, right? That's one of the death cards. And it's sadness because of loss, because of, but it brings clarity. And this is an ending, and it feels like everybody's watching while the ending is happening for you, is what I want to say. Everybody's watching the ending, and you get in the Tower. So this is it's corporation. It's some sort of organization, institution, right? It's something like that, but it's also gaining clarity at the very top of the spire, right? It feels like it's at the top looking down, you now have a different clarity about why you want to take the risk again after the ending. What I want to say is you're probably a single parent. So I think that with the King of Hearts on the bottom right-hand corner, that you are the King of Cups, possibly. You have some water in your chart, but it feels like you are very psychically connected. I also feel like you're an emperor. So I feel like you're the person who's in charge and everything rides on you, is what I want to say. And I think that you want to take a chance with somebody here, and you're going to take the lead because you're feeling stuck, but you've got some clarity about the ending now. And I think that you're trying to build a bridge to take a risk to build a bridge to see if you can open this up again. Because I think that the family home is very important to you. And I think that you had to end this whole thing because of an obligation, probably, of either buying or selling a home, or, whatever was going on in the home, whatever's closest to your heart. And I feel like you have been wanting to sort of breach the surface and build this bridge and reach out, since you've gotten this new clarity about after we moved on from each other. It feels like it's scary for you to breach the surface. The 3 and the 5 is 8, and that's the self. And I see this as this heavy anchor is being released to the surface. So having a little bit of relief after the 9 of Swords, not having sleepless nights and stuff about moving on from the situation. It feels like you took the lead to move on from a situation, and now you're going to have to take a lead to communicate with this person if you want to talk to them, because I think you moving on caused them to have a new beginning. Not a new beginning, but I feel like it caused them to move along. Yeah, it caused them, 6 of Swords, to move along. And if you want it back, I think it starts with you and ends with you. So you ended it. I think you need to start it again if that's what you want. That is for you. Let's find out what is not for you, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What is not for Leo? What is not for you? What is not for Leo? All right, why is that? Okay, so I think somebody offered you a gift. Somebody here offered you a gift. So the gift is here, the main female. So we have the masculine and the feminine, whatever body types they are is up to you. But we have the masculine and the feminine here. And so I feel like somebody either gifted something to you or showed you their feelings, asked you if you wanted to date them, if you wanted courtship. I feel like you are in despair at this time because you realize that you turned it down and maybe you shouldn't have. That it was an actual gift, that this person was your gift. What I want to say is I think that the reason that you turned down whatever offer they gave to you, if that's what went down, I think you did because you think that you're both on two maybe different economic levels. Because understand that the toil and the labor is the person who got paid the least to do the most. That was the person who was the least respected in the in their field, right? That, like the ones that were in the basement on the looms. And I do know, from doing a little bit of research myself that, toil and labor was a hard job. It was the person that was being paid the least to do so much. And these women sometimes would, these massive looms that were made that were these mechanical murderers. It's like they would get their dresses caught in those looms, and there would be a lot of awful things that would happen. So what I want to say is that I feel as though whether it's the feminine or the masculine that feels that way, somebody feels like there's an economic divide, or that maybe that somebody is somebody's better than them. Like the main male here, if you're the masculine, I feel like you're the one in despair. If you're the feminine, I feel like you're the one who's in toil and labor. So you might be thinking that maybe this person is out of your league. Or the masculine is feeling like they don't make enough money, or that you have a better job than they do, something like that. So I feel like the real gift here is the courtship, is what I want to say. And I think that the masculine is in despair because I think that they've realized that they've given up the gift. And I think that you are the person who is just going to keep working. Like you're just going to keep putting your nose to the grindstone. You're going to keep moving forward. You're going to, do the best that you can with the situation that you have. But I feel like there is somebody here who is kind of sad that they are not speaking with you right now, or that they feel like they can't have you because of whatever barrier you think it is. We have concerned sudden wealth. Okay, so it could be about money, and maybe they come from, like, these look like immigrants. Like maybe they're someone who's not yet really established in their life, or they have a big heart and they're working really hard at it, but it feels like the whole community is here. So it feels like sudden wealth, and maybe it's an economic divide. That's what it feels like. Like somebody is just starting out, and the other person is quite established. And that is the concern here, I feel. So I feel like you're in thought about that, and that is what is not for you. What is not for you is this. I feel like you're telling yourself a bunch of stories. I feel like this is the gift, and if you want that, you need to go for it, because I feel like this isn't the energy that you want to be in, working the most to get paid the least and feeling like crap about it. So for some of you, you just need to change the way you think about it. For others of you, you really need to change your job. Yep. For real, for real. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at you, Leo. Let's throw some tarot at it. See what we come up with. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo. Leo. What does Leo need to know, please, in the week ahead? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo. One more. Thank you. What we got here? Leo, you have a decision to make. I want to say that you know you need to make a decision about something. You're not really wanting to see the situation for what it really is, or you just need some quiet to think about it. I think you're wanting to make a decision, but I don't think you've made the decision just yet. Tell me more. It's on the top of your mind, making that decision. Okay. So we've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse. Just take that. We'll take this one, which is the Nine of Pentacles. We stop talking. Knight of Swords is in the reverse. Nothing's moving. There's no information moving. And that's left me stuck up in my head, stuck up at the Two of Swords. This is the block here. It's the mental block, the one you've created, by the way, because the lies you're telling yourself. 5 and 2 is 7. That's the Seven of Swords. It's because the illusion you've built in your head about what's going on over there. And so it's stopped you from communicating, stopped you from talking. I was talking about the economic difference, right? So we have someone here who is the Nine of Pentacles. And although you're single, or they are, take it as it resonates, the Nine of Pentacles is not just about being in that individual energy. It's about really standing in your power and feeling powerful, like feeling capable and balanced and down to earth and you know, that generous, and that life is working out for you. It feels like it's, you know, the 9 before the 10 is like, I've almost got everything that I want. You almost have everything that you want, and now it's time to make a decision. Are you going to move this thing ahead or not? Because there's no communication. It feels like you're in hermit mode right now, and you want to try, or are trying to find the right words. And the Five of Swords being in the reverse tells me that you don't want to fight anymore, or you don't want to offend. You want to kind of watch what you say. You're trying to find the right way to say it that's very honest and not hurtful. Hermit is Virgo energy, so you're thinking about it, going over the details. You're in self-preservation mode here. It really feels like you're trying to gain wisdom over the situation. There we go, the Lovers. So you're pretty serious about somebody here, it looks like. You're kind of having serious feelings about someone, and you've been thinking deeply about it, really, really thinking about it, trying to connect with the universe, find out what you want. Where's your light? Finding your light. It feels as though somebody here feels like they can't speak to another person because they don't feel their own worth. Yeah, that's what it feels like. So I don't know if that's you or them, but it feels like somebody doesn't feel their worth, and so they're thinking about this person all the time, because this is the foundation here. It feels like these thoughts are all coming because of this. Somebody here is thinking about either a Gemini or a Virgo all the time, or somebody is waiting to be enlightened or waiting to get some enlightenment about the Lovers. And how do I say what I want to say? Why is the Lovers here? Eight of Wands, you want to speak to this person. Communication, right? Fast-moving energy. It feels like once you make your decision, the situation is going to move forward quickly. I feel like there is going to be communication, and it's going to be happy communication. Like, what I want to say is, if you're holding back because you feel like there's some sort of an economic difference between you, or your cultures are too different, or you two look too different, I don't know what the hang up is, but it feels like that somebody's holding back making a decision and not talking to somebody because they're in hermit mode, which is normal for being in hermit mode. But I feel like you're trying to make a decision to communicate with somebody who does make you very, very happy. But I just feel like you don't have the words, and you haven't yet been able to make the decision. You might be working a lot too. Maybe it's not always on your mind. But it feels like the Nine of Cups is here. So here we're thinking about, communication is good. I'm very attracted to that person. I think that your person is someone who is quite a go-getter, who does their own thing, who's very motivated and driven, somebody who colors outside the lines and doesn't take guff from anybody. Yeah, it feels like someone who's following their passions. And it feels like what we need to let go of, or the burdens that need to be dropped, is sitting in this redundant energy here. Sitting in this energy of, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Something's in the heart space and I'm not really sure what to do with it. I've never done this before. Or it's been so long since I've tried to find the words to tell somebody how I felt about them. And the Queen of Swords, but I know I have to say something. I got to liberate myself from the Four of Cups. I got to liberate myself from that energy, and I do have to speak up for my own self. Yeah. Tell me what the Lovers and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, it feels like you're waiting here to have a conversation. That's what I want to say. It's like you're in hermit mode, waiting. The Ace of Swords is here, the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. It feels like you're trying to figure out a way to say something so you can move from the chaos and maybe be a little calmer and talk about this new beginning. I think that you really have feelings for this person. This is your Queen. Yeah, I feel like this is someone that you have deep feelings for, someone that you feel psychically connected to. This is, Pisces energy, but Scorpio and Cancer as well. This very psychic energy connecting to another psychic energy, which is the Hermit. So I think that you two, even though you're away from each other, you are connecting to each other anyway, because I feel like you're not really speaking. Five of Pentacles is in the reverse. I just want to ask what your decision is going to be. What is Leo's decision going to be, please? What is Leo's decision going to be? Well, I think you're going to have a realization. The realization with the Tower is that the Nine of Cups is here. This person is all of it. They are your wish fulfillment. And right now you're disconnected from them. I feel like you're going to make a decision to reconnect. It's a realization for you. You are going to make a decision in the week ahead, I think. Because the Tower is bringing change and upheaval into your life to show you how happy it can be. Because I don't think you think it can be that happy. So I think that that maybe some of your worries, that you juggle a lot, that maybe you don't have enough, maybe you aren't enough. But I feel as though you want the victory, you want to move ahead with this person. And this person, I feel, gives you calm, because the Six of Swords is here, and it's like going from the chaos to the calm. I think that this person, you want victory with this person that makes you feel calm. This person is someone who uses all of their words, right? Six of Swords. Someone who is quite adored by other people. I feel that they get a lot of attention, that this person probably works in the public, and that kind of has transformed the way you felt about them. I think that you've been watching them as they've been working in public, whatever that means to you, and it feels like you've been watching them or listening to them, and or maybe, you know, maybe they're the barista at the Starbucks you go to every morning. Do you know what I mean? It's someone that you know that you've seen before. I feel like you're in the midst of making a really big decision about transforming the energy with this person, and maybe trying to have a new start or a reconciliation of some sorts for some of you. But the Judgment card also indicates that it's just a really big decision that's going to change your life. No matter what that decision is, whether you decide to end it or whether you decide to try again, you can see that there's energies that are here both. Yeah, Two of Wands. They're going back to it. You're going to make communication with this person. Yeah, because it's been keeping you up at night. You really do see this person's worth. I just think that you think that they're out of your league is what I want to say. And I think that if they are calling you in on their energy, that you're probably on the same vibration. Yeah, you're always right where you need to be, my friend. All right, I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you a lot, and I will see you soon. Love you guys. Bye-bye.